Welcome to a day at the park featuring three of Renoir's most famous works. Dance at the Moulin de la Galette, Luncheon of the Boating Party, The Swing. Despite their initial appearances, these works are featured together because they show many similar qualities. The idea of Belle Epoque, or the enjoyment of the middle class through leisure activities, is one that is essential in tying together this trio of paintings. Many of Renoir's works directly represented or corresponded to the idea of Belle Epoque. This concept was only possible due to several key emerging factors, including advancements in science and technology, a period of unusual stability across Europe, and the reconstruction of Paris, which all led to more free time and wealth. Science and technology. Many key inventions led to the mood that Renoir's paintings reflected. Artificial light, paint tubes, quicker modes of transportation, and more all contributed to the idea of middle-class enjoyment. Reconstruction of Paris. By 1870, Paris was no longer a disease-ridden, overpopulated, and crumbling city. Instead, it was now filled with parks, gardens, and boulevards. These locations are frequently the settings of Renoir's paintings, and the bright color and light reflect the happy mood of the decade. Period of peace. Europe was experiencing a period of usual peace at the time of Renoir's career. More. Renoir's happy, bright, and pretty compositions reflected the newfound joy due to European stability, industrial advancements, and the expulsion of sickness, disease, and more from Paris. The Impressionists moved away from portraying morals, mythology, religion, and other common subjects in their paintings due to an increase in the technology level. They treated their works as depictions of a real-life occurrence and not a way to spread a message or moral. The works were often comments on the growth of power, time, and wealth of the middle class after the transformation of Paris and Europe. Technique. Renoir mainly used bright colors and bold lines, as was characteristic of impressionistic paintings. He used brash or energetic colors to portray the light and movement of his subjects that he painted. His paintings often contain lots of gold and blue color as well. Renoir craftily used shape, space, texture, and color to depict the picture he had in mind. The colors used are very rich, and the richness helps contrast the various reds, greens, blues, and golds in his scenes. These paintings also capture the momentary changing of light and color in his works. Pierre-Auguste Renoir was an artist central to the Impressionist movement. He painted in a style that used an extraordinary richness of feeling, a warmth of response to the world and to the people in it. Renoir started by painting plates in a porcelain factory when his family moved to Paris due to his extraordinary art skills. Renoir wanted to become a serious painter, so he entered at the Atelier Glaire, where he met Monet, Sisley, and Bazille. At times, he was too poor to paint or buy canvases, and he was rejected by the Salon in 1866 and 1867. Renoir's art was influenced by the styles of Monet and Courbet. His paintings still showed the characteristics of his style. If was there that Renoir and Monet made their discovery that shadows are not black or brown, but are colored by their surroundings, and that the local color of an object is modified by the light in which it is seen, by reflections from other objects, and by contrast with juxtaposed colors. Like many artists, Renoir was influenced by many people and events of his time as well as of previous times. When he was in his early stages of painting, Renoir was an artist central to the Impressionistic movement. He painted in a style that used an extraordinary richness of feeling, warmth, and response to the world and to the people in it. Whatever. When he was in his early stages of painting, Renoir was allowed to copy paintings at the Louvre, which exposed him to many Rococo artists. Renoir was also influenced by some of the artists of his day, including Corot, Degas, and more. His influence from Delacroix is evident in the way he paints artistically, which is a characteristic seen in his obelisk. In 1881, Renoir went to Italy, where he became exposed to the works of Raphael and the Renaissance masters, who influenced him to take a new direction in his works. Instead of the old Impressionist ways, Renoir began to think that the Impressionist way was the wrong direction and began to paint severely differently, painting epic nude portraits, focusing on the outline of each figure instead of loose brushstrokes that was characteristic of the Impressionist work.
Luncheon of the Boating Party depicts a group of middle-class people having a conversation over a meal, a typical leisure activity during the time of Renoir. Renoir also uses elements of balance by balancing two figures on the left with both figures on the right, repetition in the colors, and harmony by using many of the similar colors throughout the painting. The piece looks spontaneous, and the brush strokes are light and quick, as if the painting is like a photograph. It could possibly add a sense of positive energy to the painting. Light is a factor in this painting, as there is clear definition between the light colors and the dark colors, the light shining through the trees. There's more organic structure, and the color range is huge from the light colors on the dress to the near black colors of the men's suits. The swing depicts two artists in loose clothing and a 15-year-old girl enjoying a day in the beautiful sunlight of Paris. There's a carefree atmosphere, once again as in the other paintings. There are very light brush strokes, and the color is very vibrant. There is a big contrast between the light and dark colors. The strong amounts of light are passed through the trees, and there are many shadows in the painting, but also many spots where the sunlight can be seen coming through the trees. Dance at the Moulin de la Galette depicts a group of the French middle class enjoying a dance on a Sunday afternoon. Typically, Renoir would attend these dances and would like to see all the couples leisurely sitting in the dances, enjoying the music and dancing, and would paint the couples that he saw attending these luncheons. The piece looks spontaneous, and the brush strokes are light and quick. Light is a factor in this painting also, as there is clear definition between the light colors and the dark colors. There also is another more organic structure and the color range is huge, from the light colors on the dresses to the near black colors on the men's